Hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Link to the Past Randomizer Open League Season 4 Playoffs, Round 2. Today we have a casual boots match with Kaede Rukawa versus Maniacal, with Kaede representing Team Blue Balls United and Maniacal representing Team Bottles on Empty. So, quick backstory on this race. Blue Balls United is up one game with Red Kitsune defeating Max and Barnage in the Crosskeys match earlier. And for both of these players, it's actually their first time in the league. So the winner of this round of playoffs will be invited up to Invitational League. So Blue Balls United looking to solidify their lead, where Bottles on Empty trying to take back some wins here. I'm Homemade Beer, and I'm joined by Chelsea. How are you doing today, Chelsea?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you today?
Doing great. Just relaxing. There's been a lot of good matches today so far. Been really enjoying the nice, relaxing league weekend. Looking forward to this race.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to it too.
Yeah, casual boots, fun mode. Start with a
Absolutely.
sword. Actually, no. Do you wanna give a short introduction on what is casual boots?
Yeah. Basically, you start off with a sword, guaranteed sword, and you have boots. So if the boots are placed somewhere, it doesn't really matter, and it's replaced with a green 20. And we're off.
And we're off to the races. Ooh, gonna go watch the moth tutorial. Good luck, Unc.
I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh,
Yeah,
spoilers.
he needs a fire rod to get to the moth, so... spoilers. Do you think the uncle has Moon Pearl?
If he does, that's gonna be wild on your part.
Yeah,
So
it would be another... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, this is something that I didn't notice until I was watching this part of the tournament, the Cavs Boots, is that you can actually run through the grass even though you can't see your sword yet. Fun fact.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Fun little trick there.
And on the map check, it was a hair red, but I think the other two crystals were blue.
Yep, I think that's what I saw as well.
Okay. It was pretty quick, and I was talking over it, so...
Well, that's why we have trackers, and that's why we have chat and each other. So, speaking of which, big shout out today to our tracker, Lady Laura Linda, for doing all the hard work, pushing the buttons, and keeping us honest. Yeah, that doesn't look right in the comm shoutouts, but we'll see if we can get that fixed and get our links in chat for everyone. So let's see, it looks like we found the small key so far. Or is that from the guard?
I mean, they would have to have one by now, right?
Yeah.
Because they would have opened a door already.
And just getting the map in the boomerang chest. So far, Escape has given them, what, 50 bucks? 10 arrows? Not too bad. Nothing useful, but, maybe we'll need 10 arrows later.
It's always nice to come out of Escape with a little bit of cash. Make getting through Kakariko a bit easier, especially if you don't find bombs on the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with the boots, they could farm the rock by the fortune teller's house for a little bit, but it's something you don't want to have to do.
Now they can farm other places too. They just found the glove in Belfast. She should have been able to break the door open.
Yeah, it gives her unlimited strength, right? Maybe she needed 2 gloves in the cell and she only had 1, so she just left it alone. So, I'm looking at the sprites here. I see that Maniacal is using the vanilla sprite, I believe. Do you know what the sprite is on Kaede's side?
I actually, I've seen that recently, but I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. So we do see Maniacal about a room ahead. Just I don't know if it was execution or better RNG on the guards, maybe just the map check. You know, could be a couple things, but either way, Runner's keeping it really tight here in Escape, which is good to see.
And I think the map check also is part of the time discrepancy. Because I don't think both of them checked.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that definitely is a second or two whenever you do that. So.
Okay, so Asuna from Sao is what I'm seeing.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what that is, but
yeah, there's so many sprites. It's really awesome how much
it's
artwork
incredible.
is done by the community.
It's beautiful work. Oh hey, now Zelda could get out.
Yeah, there's your other glove, just waiting for us.
That feels good. That's a great feeling out of Escape.
Yeah, you know, if they find the Moon Pearl in Kakariko, they could just go straight to the Dark World at 6 minutes, 7 minutes in. Which you don't want to do that, but it's possible. What did we say earlier? No, what did the uncle say about going to fight them or going to learn how to fight the moth? Like if they find a Moon Pearl and a Fire Rod, then
yeah, they actually could do it.
Yeah, Uncle was getting prepped for that.
Nice blue mail. Good and early in the seed.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Sword Art line. Pardon me. For the sprite. So thank you so much, Maxim.
Cool.
Barnage.
Yeah, Maniacal's teammate helping us out with Kaede's sprite.
And we get some bombs in Sanctuary chests. So now they're set for Kakariko.
And no better timing too, right?
Yeah. Oh, and you can check King's Tomb right away.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Get it out of the way. One of these annoying checks that it's never really convenient, and leaving the Sanctuary is about as convenient as it gets, so. But nothing useful there so far. Just a, quarter bit of love there. One ventricle, maybe?
Or a Atrium?
Atria? Sure.
I don't remember what the parts of the heart are called.
Yeah, I have no idea. Either way, they have a part of one now.
Hey!
Okay. Okay, game. Well, there's that Moon Pearl we were talking about. So Uncle was on the right path. You just needed to borrow your boots. I mean, who sleeps with boots in bed? That's kind of weird.
Oh, that's a nice treat pull, too. Getting set up. A little extra money.
Yeah, definitely a nice tier 2.
Oh, nice.
And
a friendly crab.
Alright, this is a pretty free prize seed so far, which is nice.
Alright, and just bonds on the lumberjack, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we won't know if it's meant to be an Agassi logically or otherwise until we find our flippers or hammer, but yeah, as far as having to do Aga at this point, I'm fairly certain both runners will be able to sequence break the East Dark World area if it comes down to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't remember Maniacal checking the dungeons yet, doing a map check yet.
I don't believe so.
So he's still behind by that much, so, as far as it looks like he's ahead here. Oh, it looks like Kaede made a smart call here by setting up that tier 2 again, killing a bunch of enemies on the way to this area to just have some more money and, try and set themselves up for Zora later. So that was a smart play. I didn't even notice they were doing that.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's really good game knowledge to know what to kill and if you need to even get like hit or whatever to set up those different tiers.
Yeah, definitely. So it does slow them down just a tad, but, it might end up coming in super useful. And hey, look, the single arrow. It's exactly what we were looking for. Now we can beat the seed. I mean, I guess we can't. We don't have a bow. We could throw it really hard, and I don't think it'll do anything. So both runners opting to go straight into Kakariko after escape, which is pretty much the most common routing you see in casual boots. But there are definitely a lot of players who are kind of taking two different strats of leaving and doing South Shore using a water walk setup early, doing Ice Rod Cave and kind of Zora checks and just abandoning Zora, things like that. But here we just see a pretty vanilla, I don't know if vanilla is the right word, but pretty standard routing choice from both runners.
I think if they had found, something like the hammer.
Wow, okay.
Hammer and well, thank you, game. But if they had found some other items that gave them more direction, then it might make them more likely to head somewhere else. But I mean, Kaka is just such a high density play. It just feels good to get this out, and if you hadn't, then you'd be missing the hammer.
Yeah, and the way it could end up from here after you finish your Kakariko loop, then you can choose now. There's a lot of options now. You can go do Village of Outcast Thieves Town area. You can go to Hype Cave, check some of that. You can do South Shore, go see what's over at Saha. So hopefully this seed ends up being interesting in a way that we can see some of these different options exercised by both runners.
Absolutely, this kind of seed is just like begging for divergence, and
Yep.
I would love to see it for sure.
Yeah, it's as far as from a viewing perspective, nothing's less interesting in a race to see one runner, 2-3 screens behind the other runner for an hour and a half.
And it's good. You want to try to see how you feel. Do you need to make these gambles today? As we see a bottle on the race game.
That's like the most annoying place for a bottle.
Yeah, it's pretty inconvenient.
Yeah, and so far we actually see that the extra tree pull is potentially paying off for Kaede here, depending on if we find more money on the way. But they do definitely now have Zora money if that is on their mind, sequence breaking that whole area and cleaning it all up in one shot.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing really that they would, I don't know if they can do an Ancilla deletion with what they've got available, but they might have to orphan the ledge, but that would be it.
Yeah, definitely. And we do see, this is interesting, we see Maniacal saying no to Sick Kid here. And from a routing perspective, Kaede can actually go into Dark World after checking Sick Kid, and then we can see 2 opposite Dark World starts, which would be really cool.
What happens, I'm excited. But first we're going to get to see Hype Cave. Old Johnny, two bombs.
Old Johnny 2 bombs, that's right. Ooh, 1 rupee.
Thanks. Everyone, seal the cave back up. We don't want it.
Yep, thanks, Johnny. Thanks for nothing, buddy. And we're seeing it. Okay. So let's see. We got. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we've got green pendant is Skullwoods, red pendant is Pod, blue pendant is Meyer, and then the other red crystal is Thieves Town. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh no worries. We're all just shouting out information here. Half of our job. And cool. So yeah, this will work out for both runners. Just see different routes to get through, and there's a ton more cash. Okay. Yeah, and so for now, we're abandoning the rest of the Sphere 1 Light World checks in order to go check out what's in the Dark World. And in the end, both plays are reasonable. If you find a mirror here from Kaede's side and then end up at Hype Cave, you can check all the South Shore checks at the same time, which works out really well. Oh.
Speaking of.
Okay.
Commentator's blessing.
Yeah, I suppose. And then, yeah, similarly from Maniacal's perspective here now can has kind of, I wouldn't say orphan the South checks, but since already checking those, we'll probably be more interested to go north, check out Graveyard Ledge, maybe Catfish, and then see what else they would like to do, or even sequence break the mountain unless they find, a lamp or something. But that mirror is so nice.
Yeah, getting it so early like this with this access, like, awesome. And with the powder and the hammer pegs, with the mirror, that's going to be perfect to just check that right away.
Yeah, the funniest thing about that mirror is with the equipment they have, the runners can more or less full clear the entire overworld as efficiently as possible, which is sort of a blessing and a curse, because if there's not much in the overworld, then you waste all that time clearing the overworld. But at the same time, it gives you peace of mind knowing, like, hey, we've done all this stuff. So that was a very nice God Pixel there from Kaede.
I was about to say, that was a wonderful dash.
And yeah, so far we saw a powder on Maniacal side in hammer pegs, but nothing really else. Just that mirror in Thieves Town, so. And a ton of cash.
A ton of cash. Hey, even more.
And this will actually work out too from Maniacal's perspective. Finding that mirror will allow him to check Sick Kid in a slightly more efficient way, but not much really to say we'll win or lose the race at this point. So let's see. We had, what were the pendants and crystals? TR was a crystal here.
TR is a crystal, yeah.
Okay, I'm just sort of thinking through what we're gonna end up needing to find later. What do you think is gonna be the troll item this seed, if anything?
If there has to be a troll, I don't really want there to be. I don't want it to be an ice rod hunt. I don't want that
well,
at all. Maybe,
nobody wants an ice rod hunt.
How about Samaria in Pendant Mire?
Oh.
But you have to get the flute off of Cold Stare, so you can't have a chance of doing the icebreaker.
That might be worse. It's good times either way for the runners. As long as you can feel like the seed's telling you to do those things.
Yeah, I was trying to get creative. What about you? What do you think will be the troll item?
I don't know. It's hard to say. So far, I mean, it's still pretty early, but I feel like when you haven't found a sword anywhere in Sphere 1, then you're going to have to look for one. Sometimes that tends to happen. It's never fun. This could be a fluteless seed, too.
Yeah, it could be. And honestly, I'd rather it be, like... I really don't want it to be a rude seed.
Yeah. Maniacal also getting that God Pixel, so both runners doing a great job setting that up. And with that, we have our first crystal on the board from Kaede at about 16 and a half minutes. So, and that was a red crystal, right? Looks like Hera was the other one, so we can get Pyramid Fairy now.
Yeah, we absolutely can. It's not in logic yet, but I mean, it's close enough.
Close enough. Always do Pyramid Fairy, right? Yeah, Kaede just cleaning up the rest of the checks, so it's hard to really tell where the runners are versus each other at this point until we see Kaede finish up the South Dark World checks as well. I feel like they're both pretty close, like, not much difference.
Yeah, I mean, and the only difference is that it's things checked versus actual, like, time spent doing something that the other probably wouldn't do. So even if there seems like there's a difference in, like, how ahead someone is or not, like, it doesn't really mean anything at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's funny, I don't remember Maniacal doing Big Game, but I'm sure he did.
He did. It was like 5 or so digs for, like, a blue rupee, I think.
Okay. And not a bad one. It's like whatever. You don't
Yeah,
feel
not
bad
at
wasting
all.
time on that. On only a few days. Just sucks when it's like 30 rupees for a green rupee. I think both runners got the same kind of blind thing happen to them where they accidentally got a spin on the third cycle, which caused a little bit of just awkwardness in the fight, but still cleaning it up very nicely on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, taking very little damage is always great when the third phase of blind happens.
And here we go. We're getting the Smith turn in and the powder. So it's going to be really convenient for both runners. The only thing that we'll have to see if Maniacal will have to choose what to do with the purple chest here. Because the way he's kind of routed, it's given him a better path to hitting up North Dark World checks instead of turning around and just following back from where he came.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
All right, getting some bombs. We got cursed with bombs today. I'm sure that's what these runners wanted, right?
Better than flute, I think, at this point, honestly. Anything to make you go a different way than what you want.
Yeah, true. So far we don't have a fire source. Trying to think of all the things that we're going to need, right? A bow, a hook shot, some Maria, fire rod, ice rod, and flippers, and then a medallion. So we've got about, got about everything to find still.
I'm interested to see where they go next.
Yeah, I think this is just such a choice from Maniacal on how you choose to go here, because like either way you go is like fine, but it's just a choice. You get to choose which way you go at this point.
Yeah,
Whether you go north or south.
Yeah, checking sick kids, so then we'll see if he decides to go back south for K45, which was just a piece of heart, or give us new information.
Yeah, and with the equipment they have, at least they can say all this crap's done, even though they haven't found anything on any of it yet.
True.
Powder's a nice safety.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, just being able to do this so efficiently like this, like it's not going to feel like a terrible waste of time.
Yeah, and we're getting a Dark World map check from Kaede, so they went into Thieves Town without knowing what the prize was, in fact.
I thought that they had done one.
Maybe they did.
Yeah, I think they were just refreshing it.
Okay.
That was the cape in the purple chest. So that could be very useful, very possibly required.
Yeah, it could be one of those things that if Maniacal had gone north and abandoned the purple chest, might have been looking for the cape for a while. So it's good that he's choosing this path here. So far, it might just be nothing. Okay, yeah, it looks like you're right. They did check their maps earlier, like you said, probably just refreshing it. All right, so what do you do here? Do you go dip Pendant Pod? I guess they have South Dark World.
Yeah, I would want to do the Light World checks now, and just get that out of the way, because there's so much now that you can do.
Yeah, this is going to be a super efficient clear of everything at this point. Yeah, so nothing at the dam. They have plenty of cash to not care about picking up that 50.
Yeah, they are set for money completely at this point.
Yeah, even with the red goo and everything, yeah, there's no interest in finding more money. Got some nice bomb setups from Maniacal. It takes out the Moldarms very nicely.
Yeah, he did a really good job manipulating their movement. And get some more money anyway. And our second medallion, or no, that's our first medallion.
Yeah, starting off the coin collection with a nice lightning bolt. And it's about all we see in there, though. And just finishing up with Ice Rod Cave will probably take this all the way to Zora, if I were to guess.
Yeah, I think so, because neither one of them has done the jump down to check out what's on like the Hylian Island, so they can run past that if they do a water walk, or if they want to like store their water walk or something like that, then they can fake flipper and then hop down from Hobo.
Yeah, that's a great play. Kaede having nothing to do with the pickles there, just throwing their bush at him. Don't want to get shocked. And I think what you said looks like Maniacal setting that up. I saw the splash animation from Maniacal after jumping down. I wonder if that breaks the water walk. I've always wondered about that. Like,
actually,
he still got the fake flipper, though.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't tell if he was lining up, like, I wasn't paying attention when he was exiting Ice Rod Cave. So I didn't see if he did, like, the dash along the edge to set up for a water walk.
Yeah, I didn't see that either, but I kind of just assumed he did, because I think almost everyone who plays casual boots sets that up just by, what do you call it, muscle memory. Nope, okay. That splash animation does not break it. Today I learned.
Good. Now we know. Oh, yeah, watching a stream the other day, this is relevant to this. If you are arming your water walk and you bonk while you're trying to jump down, it doesn't break the water walk. You can still hop down and have it.
Oh, great. Great to know.
I was very surprised. I was like, huh? What? I can still do this?
Oh, well, that's fine.
That's
skipping Zora. I don't. Yeah, I got sniped, but was standing on shallow water, so it didn't actually hurt them. Yeah, that was interesting. I'm not sure what. Maybe I don't know what the plan was there. Like, legitimately confused. But yeah, so this was the question we asked earlier of, how far apart are the runners? And looks like the answer is about as long as it takes for Zora to jump out of the water, with Maniacal having the hobo checked over Kaede here. And I think that's it, right, between the two?
Yeah, that's like a 10-second difference, and that's about it.
Remember when we talked about Divergence earlier?
Well, they are starting in 2 different places now.
Ooh, okay. This could be interesting.
We could see Mountain.
Yeah, Mountain's definitely a play here. Nope.
Probably just Skullwoods.
Maybe chasing that cape they found on Purple Chest.
True. And you get to see Pendant Pod. Pyramid Lead first, but most likely Pendant Pod too.
Yeah, because there's nothing else really good to route on Kaede's side unless they do Catfish and save and quit. I don't know. You don't really do that. Maybe. Oh, there's our sword.
Nice.
Troll sword diverted. Averted. Sorry. That's not the right word. Yeah, Catfish it is.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I guess this is just I'm going to clean up everything over here forever, so Zora area is something I'll just literally never have to come back to. And that's kind of maybe their thoughts here.
That's true. And if you did happen to find, like, a bow on Catfish, then that would feel really good going back down that pod.
Yeah, definitely. And so far we have seen 10 arrows in the front of Skullwoods and I believe a map, so it's very likely the other items on the boss, but not guaranteed yet. Unless it's the compass. Not quite a bow. 5 rupees. Not even going to hassle with the cutscene. Yep, checking one more chest here on Maniacal side. And I think these runners are trying to figure out What's the seed want them to do? They're kind of running out of logical checks. I think it's this chest in Skull Woods, Bumper Cave, Graveyard Ledge. Well, from our perspective, Graveyard Ledge, and then Dipping Pod. And Aguinus Cave? They both skipped that, I believe.
Yeah, they both did skip that as well.
Yeah, so this sequence break makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, yeah, we have one item in the back of Skull Woods, and I think we found 3 small keys, so it could be in either of the 2 chests there. Maniacal not setting up the water walk there on Skull Woods. So maybe gonna plan to current jump after this? If he doesn't find anything that helps him get across. There's another sword.
That definitely helps.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. 2 swords just out in the open for free. Okay, game. But getting relatively early swords like this, having tempered versus master over your opponent, if depending on how long it takes Kaede to get back to that, is actually a somewhat significant advantage depending on which boss that you end up facing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that power upgrade is so substantial.
Oh, yeah. But we do get to see more Divergence, so good for us. Let's see if this sequence break pays off. I think another thing to consider, too, with Meyer being a pendant, is that there's a chance you don't ever see Flute, and so walking up the mountain the slow way is definitely something to consider. I might actually just have to do this no matter what, so you don't waste that much time doing it in the dark versus looking for a lamp first or a flute that might not exist on this seed.
Yeah, like trying to wait for the flute would be like it could be just completely useless, and it's not hard to navigate, and they've got swords to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Maniacal is setting up the current jump here. I believe he was a little far to the right when he started walking on that first one. So let's see if he gets this one. Yep, there we go.
Very nice.
Well done. First try every time. All right, there's 2 items in Hera. So yeah, not going to get trolled by the basement. We got $5 and a mushroom. Cool game. Hey, at least we get the other red crystal. Then we can do Pyramid Fairy.
And now they can route back to the witch's house, because that's probably going to be the closest that they get back to being over there without the flute.
That's absolutely true. Oh, no, got center hold on Kaede's side. That actually feels the worst. That probably feels worse than literally anything else in the game. Even though other things are bigger time losses, that somehow feels worse.
Sorry, I had the perfect emote for that.
I was gonna say that. I saw that nice little troll dorm emote there. And yeah, okay, here we go. So Maniacal is going to get tempered, and with this route, it's almost guaranteed he's going into pod immediately after this.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
All right, we have Hera complete on Kaede's side, and now small key. Thanks, Moldorm. Yeah, like I care. So now with 2 crystals, both of them of the red variety here. Let's see what they choose to do next. I'm guessing East Death Mountain and other things.
And there has to be... I'm hoping for just... Well, what am I hoping for? That's a good question.
You're hoping for an Ice Rod on East Death Mountain and nothing else.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Well, then they don't have to look for an Ice Rod.
That's true.
Oh, Saha. That's something we haven't seen yet.
Oh wow, I completely forgot.
Nice Sphere 1 stuff going on here. A bow would be pretty big for Kaede here. Ooh, Bombos.
Ooh.
That's Ice Palace.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Is like I hope that we find like Bombos or Fire Rod on the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, you need flippers. Okay,
well, yeah,
thanks,
that's true.
if that's the case, but whatever. Just go to Ice Palace.
Make it spicy.
Yeah, with the equipment loadout that they're on, it's a very nice Ice Palace, actually.
Yeah.
Of course, you want to find the red cane to make it even nicer, but as far as killing the boss and getting through the dungeon, it's not so bad. I don't know. A lot of runners basically put off Ice Palace forever until they have red cane. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's fine. I understand why. And wow, the first chest in pod is the compass, so
Oh boy.
we are locked out.
So yeah, we're missing a Gina and whatever's in Eastern.
Yeah.
So.
But oh hey.
Oh. Okay.
So the flute is available. But yeah, I don't see why like necessarily putting off ice for too much longer than just because you don't have the cane. I think that can really mess you up in the long run often.
Yeah, there's definitely a limit to how long you should take to get there. So I'm really curious about something. If there's a bow and a Gina and the flute's in pod, that's really awkward for both runners.
Oh, that's true. And that is not nice logic. Very.
Yeah, because we're out of checks otherwise, right? Where the flute can be.
Yeah.
So Maniacal might just find a bow in Eastern or a flute. I don't know. I could see a bow in Eastern at this point.
Yeah. It's definitely no reason not to, other than just being annoying.
We see Kaede checking this first bonk chest here in Bonk Shot Cave. Let's see, is he gonna hover it? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, he's out. Yeah, this is interesting. We're down to, what, 2 checks left for either flute or bow? Or flippers? Oh, there's the fire rod.
Fire rod.
Oh, okay, game. So, yeah, I guess here Kaede goes to Spike Cave and then he's done on the mountain. What did he find? He found a lamp, so he has a fire source.
That was it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was that it?
Yeah, that was it. We know that Bombos is for TR, so we got a lamp and we have knowledge and a crystal.
Knowledge is key. Yeah, getting that extra fairy. Oh, there's another bottle there. So yeah, nothing. Agina's cave is the answer. Go to Agina's. Someone, nope. Maniacal says, nope, I'm not going to Agina's cave, even though we know someone has to go there.
Well, now that there's the fire rod, it could be.
Oh, there's our other.
Oh wow, there could be something for Skullwoods.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, back of Skull Woods has an item. Oh. Let's see. Is it and it's the green pendant. Okay. Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's the green pendant, so that doesn't feel as bad going to it.
Yeah, not so bad. It looks like Kaede going to Saha, not doing Pyramid Fairy here. I don't know. I think I would do Pyramid Fairy first, and then do Eastern Pod at the same time.
Yeah, I
having
agree.
Both red crystals. But no, this is fine. I mean, basically cleaning up the Sphere 1 logic seems like what's happening, which is totally reasonable. Okay, we can see some pretty big divergence now with Maniacal going into Skullwoods.
Yeah, absolutely. We get to see if this is the answer to the mountain or what else.
Going straight for the boss. Wants to find the item and get the green pennant all in one shot. Yeah, I think with the way that they routed, Kaede has fully orphaned Front of Skull Woods, Graveyard Ledge, and Bumper Cave, unless they decide to do all of those in one shot. And Maniacal's been very thorough and cleaned up every single thing in Logic so far. I don't think he's broken any Logic at this point. And as we've seen, like, going up the mountain was potentially like a lot of wasted time, only finding really a lamp so far. So if Maniacal can hold off as long as possible till he gets up the mountain. Oh, there's the flippers.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, he could save a fair bit of time, not going up the mountain here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I think this seed is saying, hey, go to ice next. Even though you don't have red cane, it's fine. Just go to Ice Palace. And
Yeah,
nope,
I mean...
Keep going.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I was just wondering where Maniacal's headed next. Did he forget to do Sick Kid? No, he did Sick Kid.
No, he did Sick Kid.
Hmm.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Oh, he can take the whirlpool.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh, yeah. He actually, like, he knows about the whirlpool. That's awesome. That is, it's like, well, no.
No, he's going up the mountain. Okay, well.
Taking me out. Okay.
That's a little bit surprising, actually.
Yeah,
after
that
finding
is.
Clippers and getting the green pendant and saying, okay, we're going to break the mountain now. Because I don't think he's broken Logic at all this whole season. Now he said, you know what? 40 minutes, I'm over Logic. Logic's making me tired. I don't care anymore. We're going up the mountain.
It is really interesting, but with all that he has found, he pretty much knows, like, how he's supposed to get up here. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's so limited now that I don't think he really needs to worry about that necessarily. Unless we need the flute for other reasons. It might be our only access in the desert.
Yeah, that's true. And I am really curious to wonder, when he did find the Fire Rod in Eastern and he left, I think he had a potion at the time. He had an opportunity to potion glitch into pod and chose not to, which, I don't know, maybe saying it's a pendant. I don't think there's going to be anything here, but I mean, come on, it's pendant pod, right?
Yeah, I thought that was curious as well. Because potion glitch is pretty free. And there were free potions anyway, so you may as well use them.
Yeah, for sure. They both have a couple potions now, so. And we're going to see Kaede go into check pod here, and I don't know. If you go all the way, if you do this entire route that they're heading all the way to pod for this, it's kind of crazy not to potion glitch it unless they're going to bomb shop instead. Never mind. Take it all back.
Interesting.
Yeah, without a flute, you gotta do these weird route things once in a while, so I see what's happening now.
Yeah, it is really cool to actually watch people route whenever they don't have those items that they're normally like used to having. I really love seeing people get like creative with using like the whirlpools and stuff like that to really show like their game knowledge.
Yep, so this is that Pyramid Fairy play, what we talked about, and he will get his Butter Sword. Get your hype in chat for the Butter Sword coming up and coming for Kaede. As we see Maniacal gonna get his Mushroom. So what do you think? Is Kaede going for the Mushroom next?
I mean, that would make a lot of sense. Because that's really all that's left over there.
Kaede says no to the Pyramid check. Go check the Pyramid! Oh
hey.
My god, it's a bookend quake. Okay.
Well, that's really good. Oh, not checking the
Oh
ledge.
Yeah, chat reminding that it was Bumper Ledge that he didn't check earlier.
Oh. Yeah. Thanks, you guys.
Chat.
Thank you, chat.
Well, there's already that time save that we were talking about. Maniacal getting a very nice clean kill on Moldorm, saving solid 30 seconds, having tempered and not getting middle hold. So small things like that add up. You know, people talk about it like, oh, 30 seconds here and there. Well, when you lose a race by 30 seconds, you realize like, you know, small things like that can end up being pretty dang important. So. Oh yeah, that book. Well, that book is flute locked, so we know that the flute will not be in desert or on Mambo's tablet here. In fact, what can even be in desert at this point? Red cane, bow, hookshot? I think that's all we need.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, we hadn't even seen the ledge yet, so just a piece of heart, though.
So this still might be progression, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, like a red cane here would be fantastic. Just send you straight to ice. And if you're keeping the logic straight in your head, say, oh well, where can the last thing I need be? Oh, it's in Skull Woods or something. You know, the only thing I don't have left in logic to find the flippers to do swamp, but we'll see.
And no, Agina has not been checked yet.
Well, a shield in desert so far.
Maniacal gets his lamp.
Yep, now knows that the flute is somewhere. Yeah, and chat talking about Agina's cave. The only places left we have in logic right now are the front half of Swamp Palace, Ice Palace, and Agina's cave. So I think I would have said before we found those flippers that Agina's cave could definitely have something, but now I'm leaning more towards Ice Palace at this point. All right, that's both items out of desert.
Yep. There really hasn't been, like, a lot of items in dungeons at all.
Yeah, that's true. We found a mushroom. Don't count that out.
And we don't even know what it has yet.
Yeah.
Kaede, yeah, did get the mushroom. Okay, it's just not marked at the tracker at the moment.
Yeah, I believe he did get ether as well. Trying to remember where that was. That was in Mini Moldorm Cave, which he has cleared out, so I'm pretty sure he actually has that too.
Rod was in the eastern big chest, and the big key was not in or after a dark room, so it's not lamp locked. So it's not flute locked.
Yeah, that's correct. Nice rupee count from Maniacal. Looks like he's setting up a hover. This could potentially be very big here. Nope. Besides, give it one shot. Don't waste time. Move it on with life.
And Maniacal will be getting their butter sword. Okay, so just over 48 minutes, and that's 3 crystals for a Kaede. And Maniacal has got his 2 crystals and the green pendant. And it looks like he is setting up for the mushroom turn-in, so get to see what that is.
Oh, interesting. Still not in logic, but all right, here we go. Kina's Cave,
Yeah.
and then what's next for Kaede?
Oh,
Blue cane.
well.
Neat.
Hmm. So I guess you gotta hit up ice palace. Like it's just what you do.
Yeah, I think so. Michael's kind of run out unless he wants to dip the front of Swamp here. Is Ped dead? Until we find an Ice Rod, absolutely not.
Yeah, Ice Rod and Hookshot could even be there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, in Skullwoods, Moth was holding the flippers.
Yeah, it's a good point. Kaede needs to do Skullwoods at some point, guaranteed. Fire Rod in hand makes it an okay check. Both runners completely blew off the back of pod as the first chest was a compass. So the back of pod is bow locked here. Well, all of pod is bow locked here.
Okay, I was confused. I thought Kaede was going to go to ice after buying potions, but I guess they were stocking up for maybe Skullwoods instead.
Yeah, with their equipment, I think they barely have enough to Ancilla, but without the flippers, would make getting there a little annoying from that area to get to the whirlpool.
Oh, I just mean that they had started from their house and then save and quit back to Sanctuary. So gotcha. I felt faked out for a second. Maniacal just got his book and Quake out of the Pyramid Fairy.
Yep, and we do see Kaede heading back to fight the Moth. We'll get flippers, and Maniacal is green pendant. Oh
yeah, we haven't seen that yet.
Huh, interesting. This is just cleaning it up, making sure that beyond the flippers there's anything else you need. And just 10 arrows. Okay, well, pretty much out of stuff. I think Maniacal's full cleared the seed now, except for he can do Spike Cave.
He hasn't been to the desert area.
That's right.
But that's other than that, like he's pretty much cleaned up everything. Yeah, he'll probably do the same thing with checking Bombos and then going into desert.
Yep, that's true. Desert is out of logic, and Maniacal has been following logic very closely until going up the mountain, so... And sorry, wasn't necessarily not that he's not following logic, but he's been staying in logic is actually what I meant to say.
Right, and like with everything that he does know, like it's not like he's straying terribly out of logic. It's not like he could get very easily mixed up in the seed or something right now. So going into desert, just clearing that up, knowing that your mount access won't be there, like that's fine. May as well just get it done. You don't want to be back over here.
I kind of wonder though, like honestly, from both runners' side, they found the lamp on the mountain, they found the book in Pyramid Fairy, but then they both, instead of going to look for the flute, said let's go to desert with the book instead, because with the flute, then they can just get to desert for free, right? They don't have to waste time with the cutscene opening it up and all that. I don't know.
They might just not want to find flute.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Like just if they can avoid it. But I mean, they're bound to come across it, so who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like Kaede going. Oh, he's never dipped Skullwood, so this is going to be a compass, I believe.
I think that's correct. Or the big key.
Oh god, that's even worse. Well, now we know where the compass is.
Oh, it's casual boots. Yeah, not causal, but it's yeah. So yeah, you just start with the sword, and you have the boots, and you do the escape. And boots equals boots.
It's true. Yeah, so after this, I think the second item's kind of buried in Skullwoods. It's always fun.
Yeah, I think it might be like one of their last or next to last checks.
Yeah, I think they'll get everything but pinball chest, so that'll be great. Yeah, and word spoken pointing out in chat that feels like both runners are trying not to go to ice if they can wait until they find the red cane, and instead it's causing them to do literally everything else instead. So
that's what we were talking about too. Is that like you want to put it off, but at one point you just start bleeding time. So
yeah,
you just have
the
to see
scene's
like
telling you.
yeah, you got bombos and fire rod and flippers, all the swords, all the mail. Like just do it, guys.
That sword for Kaede is like, oh, it's so late. Do I get it? No, saying no. Okay, I mean that. The earlier you get it, the more time it saves. But I don't think I'd not get that there. I think I would still get it. I don't know. I don't know though.
Actually, I'm seeing that kind of in chat, saying that ice is hard to do without cane or the hook shot, which I actually don't know. How do you know if, like when can you tell an ice palace that it's hook shot locked?
That's a good question, and the answer is basically when you know where every key in the dungeon is. So yeah, we'll have to find out if Hookshot and or Samaria are locking parts of this dungeon, which they very commonly are. So
yeah, like I know that the logic with the of course, like Cold Stare having a key means you need Samaria, but as far as the hookshot logic, that's something that I never really like caught on to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one understands that logic. But, well, big key on the left side, I believe, makes the right side always hookshot locked. So that's an easy one to remember. So the right side of Ice Palace, all the 3 chests in there are guaranteed to be hookshot locked so far.
Okay.
Just testing out the bomb explosion radius and learning that it does indeed kill red berries, or raspberries, as I like to call them.
I did not expect that bomb to trigger that switch. Or didn't hit trigger the switch.
Anyway. I don't know if it did.
It didn't.
Oh, okay. Everyone's favorite classic about to happen here from Kaede's side, the Ice Palace bomb jump.
And Maniacal's also going in too, so...
Ooh, doing it the nice way. That's my favorite setup, the way that Kaede does it.
I didn't notice.
It's the 2 pixel setup instead of the 1 pixel setup. So there's 2 pixels that allow you to align to get the jump instead of only 1.
I don't know why I thought you were talking about something. I was like, gosh, I thought you were talking about Maniacal going in with like the, what is it called, like a quick warp or something.
Oh, that.
But I think you need the flute to even do that.
Oh, look, there's our hookshot. Neat.
Hey, now it's not hookshot locked. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Well, now we know we can do Swamp Palace.
That's great, honestly. Like I'm happy with how the items are kind of like coming in. Like if you just follow the logic, you're getting exactly what you need. It feels good.
Right, for sure. Still don't have a bow. Or a flute. Where's the dang flute? I know we have to find it somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard required. Well, it's required, technically. Not hard, but
Logically required.
it's logically required. Both excellent bomb jumps. I really like that.
Yeah, I'm actually unfamiliar with Maniacal's setup, but does it very cleanly, so obviously he knows what he's doing. Very well done. That was item number 2. So the piece of heart and the compass were both hookshot locked. Thank you, game. So the only thing left to learn about the dungeon, if the boss has a small key now, then we know that the boss is logically hookshot and Samaria locked, with that small key being on the right side.
Oh, with it being on the right side?
Yeah, because there was a small key on the right side of Ice Palace, then either the other key is available, and in that case, the boss will... Or, sorry, let's see. Then the boss just requires either the hookshot or Samaria, and if the small key is on the boss, then it requires hookshot and Samaria.
Okay.
Good old Ice Palace logic.
Learning with homemade beer.
Learning about keys. I actually missed it. What was on Ice Tea Chest?
It was a key.
Oh, it was a key. Okay. Cool. So the boss is only hookshot locked here. Which is weird. It's weird to say the boss is hookshot locked. Anyway, whatever.
Alright, so that hookshot though, excellent. Excellent find. You can just go right to Swamp and get that knocked out.
Yeah, it looks like Maniacal going to Ice Tea first. Or did he already do right side? It's hard to tell. Routing Ice Palace without hookshot or Samaria when you go in is just so dang annoying. So seeing the pups get a little bit away from Kaede here, but with the Tempered Sword, it's not so bad. Just a couple slashes, couple spins. Easy peasy, take down the boss, get yourself a map.
Use the swag boomerang throw. I like that.
Yeah, it's the loading screen boomerang.
And that's 4 crystals at just over an hour and 2 minutes.
And as Maniacal wraps up the dungeon as well, just a quick shout out that, after about an hour of this amazing race between these two runners, just want to give them a shout out that if you're enjoying what you see and would like to see more, give these runners a follow. Their links have been thrown up in chat. So yeah, the seed basically was go to Ice Palace or Saha, get your stuff, and then first person into Ice Palace, or to go back to Skull Woods, get the flippers, and then back to Ice Palace. Kind of takes a small lead, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything Maniacal's done that Kaede hasn't. Dipping Pod? Which doesn't really count, so. I guess. Is that it?
I think so. I think that is the only difference.
Oh, and the green pendant, maybe? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the green pendant actual turn-in, yeah.
And the hobo as well, right? I think 3 things. So, more completionist knowledge, knowing where to not have to go later, but, losing time to checks that don't pay out sometimes. So. Information is always good, but at the same time, you want to get to go mode as fast as you can. That's always the goal, right?
Right. Got to go fast.
Yeah, so we are at the point where Maniacal does have a sword advantage that he will keep through the rest of the seed, having with Kaede having skipped Bumper Ledge, like finding the sword there and saying, you know what, I'm fine with Tempered. I'm happy enough. The sword does almost as much damage. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, after these 64 minutes, the runners have converged in Swamp Palace. Everyone's favorite dungeon to go mode and least favorite to not.
I actually really love Swamp Palace.
Oh yeah?
I don't even mind that it's so slow. Like, I'll do it the regular NMG way, and I just really like it. It's a fun dungeon. It's pretty. I like all the water.
Like dashing and making splashing noises.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel as tedious as others people make it out to be.
Like Pod. Everyone loves Pod.
Pod is not so bad. If you have the mirror, it's great.
That's true, and they did have the mirror when they went in, so...
That's true. Oh, I was just about to say, I bet they find the bone.
As far as we can tell, in this seed, Eastern double dip hard required. So, it's never really a good feeling, but it's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done Ice Palace with just the Bombos and Saha, but, yeah. Double dip is worth it, I think. With wasting all the time doing it with, like, the Bombos animation.
Yeah, and being able to get the bow, you definitely, needed to go get your flippers on stupid moth. On the freaking, what is the uncle?
Oh, that's
he was gonna go do the moth tutorial. He was hinting that you need to go get flippers, right? Yeah. That's why he was doing the moth tutorial. Oh, this is like the worst Swamp Palace layout. And Kaede's gonna go all the way back? I mean, so guaranteed skipping 2 items on the left side here.
Yeah. At least they hadn't already done left. Oh? No. Oh, yeah. That's right, yeah.
Getting trolled, Lord.
What is it if you, like, dash up the stairs while holding left? That you tend to kind of avoid getting sucked back in?
Yeah, basically that, but you do a key dash, or the equivalent of a key dash, so yeah. Exactly right. And then you hold left on the way out. Yeah, and seeing Maniacal showing off some, well, it was new at one point, it's starting to be less new, but some relatively new tech called Bomb Diver Down, where if you set up your bomb right, it will blow you through the rail and allow you to clip into the side of it and jump down, and the game thinks you're walking at that point, so it allows you to go through the door and pick up the key. Back before that tech was discovered, people would get the hook shot early before Swamp and drown that key and have to reset the whole dungeon, which used to mean leaving the dungeon and going off of the overworld screen pretty far out of the way. So nice tech to know that doesn't happen anymore, hopefully.
And it was a bottle with a fairy and just 10 arrows, so could have been skipped, but with 2 items and so few ones that you need left to find, then I imagine you'd go back in and finish it.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting already an hour 7 into a casual boots, and you're missing a lot at this point from their perspective. So you either start to wonder, okay, am I behind? Do I need to make a play here? Do I skip left side swamp? Or do you say, I've been thorough, I want to continue being thorough, I don't want to miss my go mode, and hope that my opponent is kind of having the same seed I am today. Because with that bow, all they really have that it unlocks is Pod and Armos Knights, which I think we actually got 3 items out of Eastern, so... Maniacal putting on a clinic on Diver Downs here, though.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Let's see, did he set up the... Nope, he did not set up the key dash.
Thank you, our tracker, Lady Laura Linda, saying that they did find all 3 items in Eastern.
Ah, yeah, thank you very much. Now we know. See, this is why trackers are the best, and we could not do comms without them.
Definitely not. They are the champions.
Exactly. And Kaede setting up his bomb driver down.
That is crazy that they are so close to one another.
Yeah, now only a room apart. I think the routing that Kaede chose here. Oh, there's our flute. Ooh. Okay, Mountains and Logic.
Yeah, we had to find it. It was going to be in the way.
Pretty much. Yeah, so Maniacal now actually making up a bit of time, and like we mentioned earlier, has a few checks on Kaede. So this could really come down to what direction these runners, either of these runners, choose to take to clean up the rest of the logic. And well, we're gonna end up with an ice rod hunt probably, because every seed is just an ice rod hunt in disguise. So if that's the case, Maniacal has sort of an advantage here because he knows where it can't be with the extra checks he's made, being in on the same boss at the same time. And simultaneous crystal pickups. Both runners with their 5th crystal of the seed.
We haven't gotten a pet check yet.
We have not.
No. But it is not dead. It is not dead. It could just be the ice rod, or I guess the shovel leading to the ice rod. But I think that, we've got a really full tracker right now.
Yeah, and Kaede going all in on the bow. I think they even skipped Hobo just now. I don't think they did it earlier. So Maniacal, being a little bit more conservative in his approach to activate the flute first, can flute straight to pod afterwards. So we can see what the time difference ends up being between the two of them. That essentially the difference will be the time it takes for him to flute and open the portal. And we're getting
that pet check.
Interesting. This is again Maniacal with the completeness and more information.
All right, Pet is now officially dead.
Well, Sag. So yeah, so interesting thing. That flute could potentially just be to get to. Oh, we see Maniacal going for fire area. Interesting. But yeah, I was about to say that flute could just be for getting to the mountain, and Kaede never ends up activating it. Unless we find Cane or Ice Rod in the Mire area.
Yeah, absolutely. It could only be for the mountain, and that would be perfectly okay.
Yeah, and we have nothing so far. We have 2 more checks. Up to 3, but 2 more likely checks left. Maniacal, well, 1 likely, and if he decides he needs to make a play, make a gamble, make a risk, and go into Mire, then he could just dive right in and see.
Alright, just some bombs. And how are those arrows? They were just missing that mimic. And I don't know how. Wow, this is a play.
Going in. Yep, this is a play.
I like it.
I actually kind of do too, honestly.
This could pay off huge.
Like, there's not much left except for pod, and you ditched pod earlier,
Yeah, and like it's like if it's not in pod, then you're like, you know that the other player opponent will most likely go there, so you'll get a head start on that for sure.
Yep, and Kaede is going back. Does not remember that he found a key. This is going to be a key, buddy. This is guaranteed a key. Oh man. Oh well, not counting. You get a little frazzled in these races after 74 minutes or so.
Yeah, in a casual boots that's lasted this long, I would be feeling pretty on edge myself.
Yeah, that was guaranteed a key. So is the Stalfos drop down here, and then we'll end up going into the back to find whatever's left. Speaking of keys, we find a key in bridge chest of Meyer, so nothing yet.
Is it a Godmire? It is not.
This is not 2 small keys. Okay, that opens up pretty much everything in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Obviously, except for the boss, but... And our big key. Oh.
There's the red cane.
Wow, okay. Red canes. So Meyer not completable. If the ice rod's in Meyer, though... Oh, big key in Vanilla and Meyer. But if ice rod's in Meyer, Maniacal could still have a pretty big advantage here. This is not over just because Maniacal is inside Meyer right now.
Oh no.
There's a lot of ways this can go.
If the ice rod is in Meyer, then, I mean, you go to Turtle Rock before you go to Meyer to check for the ice rod. Like,
absolutely.
There's no way that you wouldn't.
It's a mistake not to, honestly. Unless depending on if you feel like you've already full cleared the seed, and if it was there, you're going to lose, so you continue full clearing the seed before going back. But it's a tough call.
Yeah, unless the ice rod is on Vitreous in the.
Well, okay.
But I mean, we can we can not think about that.
Right. Okay, so this will be basically the determining factor of the rest of this seed. Is the ice rod in its vacation home in Turtle Rock, or will it be behind the flute somewhere? Just a map. I think 2 chests left in Meyer. 2 opportunities. I think one of them... both can be items, actually. All we're missing is the compass and 2 items in Meyer, though. Yeah, that's a good question. I wasn't counting items in pod. I don't know if Helmsor has an item. There's a compass. Okay, so there's an item on VD.
Yeah. And I wasn't counting the items either. Yeah, and it could be in Hookshot Cave. We have not checked 3 of those.
Yep. Oh, man. And we have a bona fide ice rod gun, as is every seed. So yeah, Maniacal knows, I think, Spike Cave and Pod are the only 2 locations left for him. This is another situation, though, just to point out that we saw Maniacal in Pod earlier, but choosing not to break the Bullock side, or... yeah, these are very experienced runners. I'm sure he knows how to potion glitch, but I don't want to speak for him, so I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But if he would have had the red cane before ice, would have made it a little cleaner to route. But either way, is going to be funneled back there, and we'll find his red cane in a moment.
Oh, that one Armos got just a little bit away.
Jerk Armos.
Rude. Yeah, that is 6 crystals.
That indeed is 6 crystals. So now we are in go to Turtle Rock to get your ice rod and beat the seed mode. I say that like it's going to
Very
happen.
catchy title.
Yeah, and as we expected, Kaede is saying no to the flute. Flute doesn't exist, even though he found it. Let's see if Maniacal remembers about the keys here.
Oh, I guess, yeah, Ether Tablet as well is available.
That's true, yeah.
I was wondering why they were climbing up this way.
Ah, the way Maniacal routed actually didn't bonk back up to the chest, so we'll end up getting every single key in the front as well, same as Kaede, and not really waste any time versus his opponent. So. Oh, Kaede, there were 10 arrows there you could have got. You saved them for yourself. Pick them up, and you'll have 20. Double your arrow count. Oh my goodness, Ice Rod is on Ether. Holy crap. That's what that book was for.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is 1 hour, 19 minutes. And around 34.
That's a heck of a lead.
Yeah, that is go mode for Kaede.
Yeah, so basically Maniacal will find his red cane in the back. He will have to leave immediately and go fight Armos, and then run up the mountain and try and make up as much time as he can if he wants to have any chance to catch up here. Again, we were going back to what we were talking about. The biggest thing was him spending time doing extra checks that Kaede chose not to and never went back for. So. And of course, as is tradition, Pendant Pod paying out in spades. Go there as soon as you can, apparently, in this seed, and everything else is free. Except that dang bow.
Yeah.
Bow and swamp. Wow. It's like one of my least favorite, absolute least favorites. I missed it. What was in TR there? Just a map or something? Some garbage.
I thought it was the big key, maybe?
Big key. Was garbage.
Just garbage. Don't eat it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, thank you, Lady Laura Linda, once again.
Yes, thank you very much to our tracker, Lady Laura Linda. It's a nice hook shot from Kaede to get the iframes, not get hit. I think, yeah, they have the cape, right? Is the cape needed? Cape is needed for a sword, I guess, if you like swords.
Yeah, and I don't know if they had access to the Cane of Berna to get the other sword, so...
Oh, yeah.
Well, you needed both, or one of those instability items. Huh.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, huh? Where was Berna? Huh, I don't even remember anymore.
Well, I was going to say, I think it was on the mushroom.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Very nice. Speaking of nice, we got ourselves a not very go-modable Turtle Rock so far. But I think with the big key early, at least we know that we can distill a Poke Key.
Yeah, being able to skip that the lava chest is just that much nicer.
Alright, grabbing the key and we're out. Okay, let's see if Kaede chooses to check the big chest or skip it, as most runners would, for, trying to forego that 4% chance of not getting kind of screwed over by key logic. Ooh, Maniacal getting a little trolled by Mr. Red Igor here, but, manages to take him down.
Alright, let's see how their quick kill looks. Oops.
Testing the integrity of that left side wall there, just to make sure that arrows don't go through it and bust you into a new room, and learns that they do not. So, but with that, takes down Armos Knights. Has Maniacal has his 6th crystal. Just has to head up the mountain and hopefully check Ether Tablet before going into TR. Which, of all the places that Ice Rod could be, is like the least bad in this situation, because you just mirror outside a laser bridge, and your next check is basically Ether Tablet. So you could save the portal, grab it, and go down. But obviously, you want to have it before going in, and we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how he climbs the mountain, which way he goes, up or right.
Yeah, we do see that Kaede had all the keys, so got to skip Laser Bridge, which always a great feeling. All right, Chelsea, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Do you? Wow, that's nice. Where do you think the silvers are going to be?
It'd be funny if they were on Vitreous, but I think they're in the rando room. What about you?
I'm gonna guess Laser Bridge, honestly, just because of the Kane logic and all that. But Vitreous would be a thing for sure.
Oh, and it looks like the Maniacal is going to go straight to Ether.
Oh, well done from his
so
side.
that'll be great. Won't have to worry about that at all.
Yeah, and as Kaede finishes off
A beautiful spin.
the double spin and destroys Ganon's dog here, sadly, but needs to be done because Ganon is evil. Gets a shovel, and we now have 7 crystals. So what does that mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, and all of those who are around, we have 22 locations in which the Ganon Tower Big Key may be located. Please enter your guess, 1 through 22, of where you think it will be. Homemade beer, I see you put in 4.
I did put in 4. I've been liking 4 lately because 4 can either mean you just check things normally and it's in a random chest, or it means that you meme straight into tile room. So I like 4. How about yourself? What do you like to guess?
I actually, my favorite room is the double fire bar, and so it's typically 8 or 12. So I'll go with 12.
Hey, multiples of 4, It's either 2 or 3 times. Perfect. Okay, we'll go with 12. You're going with 12, I'll go with 4. Okay, let's find out.
Okay,
meme tile room.
enters
Do it.
about 126.10.
Yeah, and Maniacal is about a full Turtle Rock behind in the same level of gun mode, but with the gold sword, could save time on Zero Cycle Trinex, for example.
And with that one small key in the Hope Room, they are going to go full right. Or not full right, but they are going to go right.
Yep, makes sense. This takes about a little less than a minute, but make sure that you don't get burned by it being here, because the rest of the dungeon takes another, 3 minutes, I think. Nice use of the lamp here. Without half magic, it's annoying to burn all of your magic to go right to check 4 chests. Alright, gets a heart, gets our bug net, true go mode, and some arrows. Okay.
Remembers to get the key and mirror.
Always grab that key. It's a free key that you don't have to end up accidentally having to do tile room or GT basement.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what? That was 6 checks so far. So 4 is dead. R.I.P. me. 8 is still possible, but you said
the torch was 7, whatever that one was.
7. 8 was a small key. 9.
10.
All right in between 8 and 12. So 10 it is. And do we have a 10? Do we have a 10 in chat? A lot of 22s. Thanks everyone for giving us 22s. Always fun. I believe Underlight.
It looks like Boo this man had 9.
Okay, Boo gets close to this without going over. Price is Right rules wins. Okay. Shout out to Boo this man, and if you want to boo this man, boo this man. So yeah, Kaede beginning the climb. Maniacal still has 2. Okay, Maniacal's has an extra small key. I didn't realize that earlier. So as long as the obviously no, that's the small key for the pokey. My brain is twisted. Yep. As long as there's not a big small key in the big chest, which I actually forgot how Kaede routed this. I believe this is a small key though. Yep. There it is. Anyway, Kaede starting the gauntlet.
And I believe Kaede still has all the potions that they bought.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's been a lot of time.
At least 2 blues.
Oh, burned a powder shot there. That's a little awkward, but... Yeah, gonna just rely on sword hits here for land mode 2. It's a couple spins, couple slashes, couple two-tree slashes. Gets it done. Gets a poke. Alright, takes him down, and gonna blue potion after the fight. Which works out fine. I mean, at the end of the day, you need magic to do the next room, so... Besides, just fine, we'll have full magic. Fire Rod's probably easier. Maniacal has a good job taking down Trinex, and it's the double spin. It's a little trolled by the head, and takes him down. So now has his 7 crystals. So just to sort of recap a bit about what happened is that we kind of saw both runners more or less take, you know, the same paths and were around Ice Palace and Swamp Palace around the same time, with Kaede going straight into Pod afterwards. And wait, what did Maniacal do differently?
Well, Maniacal's the one who checked Pod, and then just mirrored out.
That's right. And then he checked Ped, I think, and then went to Pod. Oh, and he activated his flute and spent the time in Mire. That's what it was. Yeah,
Mire's the really big difference.
Right. Okay. Yep, that's the big thing. Oh, and Kaede fishing for silvers here. Gets another small key. That's weird, but it's always fun to find small keys in the climb. In non-key sanity, in non-entrance modes, you can only find up to 1, so that's the only small key he could have found there. Oh, half magic is so nice. Right?
That is really nice.
No, getting troll-dormed. Hey, it's the second time Kaede got troll-dormed today. I believe you have an emote for that. Alright, takes him down the second time. And gets a heart. It's just like a ton of everything for the end game here. Except for silvers. I'm still saying silvers and TR, I think.
I can stick with Rando Room. We'll never know exactly, but why not?
We'll never know, it's true.
Alright, let's see these Aga patterns, and hopefully they'll be a little polite.
Ooh, just a little bit off there.
Very nice triple at the end.
Well done. Was it three cycle Aga?
Yeah.
A nice birdie, as it were.
Oh, I almost said it was the thing from Ocarina of Time for the little Deku scrubs, but I mixed up the 2 of the numbers. It was 213, not 231.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I always think of Aga as Aga 2 as a par 4 because it's fine if you get them in 4 cycles, and 3 feels pretty good. You're always shooting for a 3, and if you get him in 2, then you did well and you got the luck on your side, just like in par 4 and so. Ooh, gets the double spin. Let's see if they can complete the 1-in-1, and does. Very well done.
Very nice. Gets to put the cape and half magic to good use here.
Yeah, centered right at the bottom again, and just slash, slash, slash. See, this is why Kaede didn't want the gold sword. This is fine. Just lost a tiny amount of time on gold stair, but nothing to write home about. And Maniacal has the big key, is starting the climb. Just again, most of it in your tower. Oh, that's what you said. It was in Random Room, wasn't it? Fine. So yeah, that double dip of Eastern, hard required on this seed. So nice seed, as it were. That's a tough one. Setting up really nice triples here on Kaede's side.
Yeah, their like pattern is like really smooth movement too.
Yeah, getting every shot, every spin setup. And gets it done. Everyone, get your GGs ready for a Kaede Rukawa, who is, as long as they don't fall off the bridge, will take it down for Blue Balls United and finishes in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour 35 minutes and 28 seconds.
GGs.
So Chelsea, I guess we'll never know where the silvers were. It's kind of sad.
I'll take being pretty close to right.
Okay, we'll count it.
I can settle with that.
Well, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there were 8 chests left in GT, so you had a 50-50 shot. Oh no, Maniacal slipping off the edge there. But destroys the guards on the way, which feels good. And it looks like we are joined by our winner today, Kaede Rukawa. GG's, Kaede.
Hello, GG's, thanks.
So, first of all, initial thoughts on the seed. What did you think about finding Myths and Escape and Hammer and Kakariko?
It was fine, but hard to route very well because of the amount of chests that were open at that moment, so it was fine, and that's it.
Yeah.
It didn't punish at all. I went pretty decent through Saves Down and all that stuff that early, so yeah.
Yeah, the mirror definitely made the routing really clean. We were kind of talking about it, how because you had everything to basically full clear the overworld in like, I don't know, 9 minutes into the seed or something, 10 minutes, that it's like, cool, you can full clear the seed, but crap, now you can full clear the seed. So so what do you do?
It was a little bit hard and problematic. I mean, I got the mirror there and I was like, okay, now I can route well the Smith chain and maybe Catfish with Sora. But
yeah.
I was thinking when I went to Thipstown that early, I was like, okay, if Thipstown gives me nothing or no mirror, I will go for sure for the Smithy play.
Do both Smiths at once? Or not at once, but in order, I guess.
Rescue Smithy, then save and quit. But
okay.
That saved me a lot of time at the end.
Yeah, I think one of the major differences we saw was that after you both got the Swamp Palace crystal like within a second of each other, I think, and up to that point, Maniacal had actually a few more checks on you, just kind of some out of the way ones. I think Hobo, Green Pendant, one other one I forget. I don't remember at the moment, but basically,
maybe pedestal that I totally forgot because I'm dumb.
I think
I
so,
skipped
and
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
it was Hobo, Ether Tablet in the mountain.
You were there
That's it.
underneath there first, I think. Yeah, and
Yes.
then it was that, and then I think. But then after Swamp Palace, he activated his flute, and you did pod. So, but
Yeah.
he was in pod a lot earlier, before doing the mountain sequence break. So he checked pod, found it was bowlocked, left, and then did Eastern, found the fire rod, and basically went straight to the flippers, and had a pretty good lead on logical progression, but then didn't go chase the flippers right away, and did the same thing you did, breaking into the mountain. So.
Yeah, so I was expecting to be behind because of that fire rod on Sphere 0.
Right, and we did confirm in the Ganon fight that the other bow in Ganon's tower meant that Eastern Palace double dip was hard required on this seed.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I'm okay with this seed in general. I played okay, I think. Meyer saved me and that flute because of the 50-50.
I think so. Yeah, it was very close at the end there. And speaking of at the end, Maniacal did just kill Ganon, so everybody watching, get your GGs in chat ready for Maniacal here. As long as he crosses the bridge. And we'll finish in second place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 58 seconds. So, GG's Maniacal.
GG's.
But yeah, let's see if we can get Maniacal here in the interview booth as well.
My last thoughts on the end game, I was like, okay, I'm not going Meyer in that situation, never. I was going to gamble Turtle Rock 100% after getting that Somaria input. I was almost sure that the ice rod was there, but yeah, it was another 50-50. And I got lucky.
Yeah, and we are now joined as well by Maniacal in chat. GG's Maniacal.
Hey, thanks. GG's Kaede.
Hello, GG's Maniacal.
Thank you. Yeah, I think you might have heard a little bit of the interview with the delay and all. We were just chatting about the seed. Just similarly wanted to ask you your initial thoughts and especially the early Dark World, early Myths, early Hammer, kind of like, okay, what next? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly my least favorite texture of seed, just because it doesn't provide you a lot to leverage. And then when the items were exactly where they were, I felt actually really fine about how I was playing and where I was in the seed, and then Kaede finished, so I'll have to watch it back.
Yeah, by the time that we were talking about a bit earlier, by the time you both finished Swamp Palace, you more or less both finished it at within a few seconds of each other. I think you were a little bit ahead, actually, but you had also done some more other checks, which I was pointing out at that time. All that was left was Red Cane and Ice Rod, and once the Red Cane was found and it became an Ice Rod hunt, I felt like you had a potential advantage having done more, but being in the same spot. And Kaede ran to pod, and you activated the flute, which was where the difference happened. So
interesting. I felt like since you were going to pod anyway as part of the route, that you probably wanted to activate the flute and then just see if you could leverage it, because it does, like, you get to double up on saving on the traversal. And with pod being 0.78 expectation as pendant for progression, I felt good about making the Meyer play there, based on the recent dump. And with hitting the 0.1 in back of Skullwoods, behind a required Eastern double dip, and basically a required mountain for Crystal back down to Pyramid for Book to back to Ether Tab for Ice Rod, I felt like
yeah.
I felt like I was actually in a really good position. I felt like I played fairly clean, but I'm gonna have to see how Kaede stays away from some of the checks and kind of watch it back, because it just, I felt like I made very rational decisions the whole time, and didn't work out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the biggest difference came down to the choice of Meyer versus not. That was the biggest thing. There were small things here and there. Kaede skipped Bumper Ledge and Hobo, but
yeah. But Flute's in so much deeper of a sphere because it's behind the hook shot, whereas the bow is in front of the hook shot, which is where I went to chase the Flute, because the bow is like 4 spheres earlier, so it's a lot less likely to have yield. So it really further devalues pendant pod in my mind. You know what I mean? Like with the bow being in the front, I with hookshot being in ice behind the fire rod or bombos to flippers to, it was like 3 spheres deeper than that bow. Or I guess flippers you get swamp and ice, so it was actually just 1 sphere there with hookshot.
Yeah,
the way the logic worked. But still, I was like, okay, this is the deeper sphere. But,
I was more worried about the left side swamp. I played that really, really hard.
Yeah, that's right. 2 items.
Yeah, Kaede skipped it at first, found the big key and then the map, and knew it was 2 items immediately, and just said, "You know what? I'm not going to waste time now. I'll just go back now and do it. I don't want to do all of the front of swamp again."
When I entered, I was like, okay, I'm doing left side. Then I was thinking, okay, no, I'm skipping it. And then big key and the map. And that gave me the clue that I needed to know about the left side.
Yeah,
2 items on the left. Good luck.
Yeah, once Compass popped, I was like, well, I'm still go -3, so I'm doing left side. Because even if I hit one of the 3 items, bow, cane, ice rod, I really don't want to isolate there. Was I don't know. For me, a fine call. I didn't hate it.
So there was one thing I was really curious about, that both runners did this, but slightly differently from each other. That when you found the lamp on Death Mountain, then you knew the flute was somewhere. And at some point, both of you found the book in Pyramid Ferry before finding the flute, and chose to do desert instead of looking for the flute, when flute could have basically been at that point only in potentially one of 3 or 4 spots. What was kind of your thought process there? I was really curious about that. Do desert instead of looking for the flute.
Flute could have been in Easter, or I don't remember, Agina in my situation, because I did not have the fire rod, so
okay.
Skullwood wasn't a possible location, so that's why I went.
So you went up fire sourceless into Hera then. That kept me off the mountain for a long time.
Yep, that is what happened actually.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, for me, the call about making the play to desert was that honestly, I would have rather never found the flute because I didn't necessarily need it.
Right.
And so, like, if I could just hit my go mode items in desert and find a different thread in the progression, I was all for it. But obviously, still like popped into Agina and eventually kind of figured out where it was pointing me.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
It's a crystal. Let's go.
Exactly, it's a crystal. I can go in with this out of logic book, but like the flute is somewhere, and there's no guarantee that anything's in Meyer area. As it turns out, nothing was in Meyer area. So
yeah, I think you got a heart and some sadness.
I did get a heart, and that small key layout in Meyer. My God.
Yeah, that was
like
that was about as bad it could have been.
I was playing this. I'm like, this is just like the worst beat possible, but you know, okay. And then Compass and Big Chest. I was just like, all right, guys, thanks, game. But you know, that's Randomizer.
Okay, I want to say
Yeah.
thanks for the restream and for the commentary. See you on game 3. I'm going to the Spanish restream if
Okay.
you don't mind.
Yes, thank you for jumping on for
Thank you very much.
GG's, Kaede.
And GG's.
Okay,
GG's, Kaede.
GG's, Maniacal. Thanks for the restream again. Bye.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much more to discuss.
I did want to ask real quick about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say collection rate was 167. If anyone was caring, I feel bad about having cut it. I do have the local recording of basically everything from like 2 seconds from when I said, "Oops, I need my credits."
Oops.
Yeah, so sorry about that, y'all.
I think that's something the admins can deal with. But no problem. I was curious to ask about you guys about how do you feel going in? You have a game 3 coming up between Matcap and Ninjembro. Is that right?
Yeah, that should be tomorrow afternoon. Ninjembro.
Do they know the mode, or has Ninjembro picked the mode? Is it Ninjembro picking the mode?
Yeah, Ninjembro did pick a mode. He picked a mode like Sunday evening or something. He picked Hard MC Shuffle.
Cool, that's a fun one.
So that was one of the ones that was sort of on the menu. So we'll see if he can bail us out and earn us a game 4, and then we'll see what the game 4 texture looks like. See if we can earn a game 5, and hopefully we can stay alive and keep playing. I feel like, I think the games today were particularly interesting, but obviously kind of lopsided at the end. So I look forward to watching this one back after I step away and like grab some food and stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely a great match to watch. A lot of potential for divergence early on, and then kind of the game snaked back and forth with you both like moving apart, going opposite parts of the world, but then bottlenecking into the same spot over and over. Yeah, it was a really good race.
Well, appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the commentary and the restream, as Kaede was saying. I felt like there were 2 really quite bad threads in this seed, and usually when that happens, fairly efficient full clear routing works out. And I felt like I didn't have a complete garbage route. My macro, there were a few spots where I was a little unhappy with it, but I'll have to see kind of how it looked from the restream perspective when you can see how Kaede is approaching the checks. So looking forward to that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And I think kind of start to wrap this up. Thanks again to both of our runners, Kaede Rukawa and Maniacal. Their links are in chat. If anyone here has been enjoying the race, enjoying the restream, and would love to give them a follow, please do. And as far as games later tonight, as far as league goes, there is nothing on the schedule until tomorrow. The game 3 between these two teams will happen at tomorrow at 3:10 p.m. There's not a restream so far for it, but depending on volunteers joining, it's very likely that there will be. So other than that, there is also another match tomorrow at 4:30 between Zelda and Chill versus JKLOL, which is a swordless seed. Love to see it. Swordless is like one of my favorite modes to watch, between Oro versus Kazen on the ALTTPR League channel. So get hyped for those matches. And that about does it for me. Chelsea, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, just that GG's once again. It was a really well-run race. Like you said, it was your mythology is great. Like it really just came down to little things like just like making the mire play. But I mean, it was great. It was a wonderfully run race. So just GG's. And GG, Homemade Beer, my amazing co-com, and our amazing tracker, Lady Laura Linda.
Yep, thanks a lot to everyone putting on the restream, and Maddie Walkard for setting up. So with that, I'm Homemade Beer, and I will see you all next time.
Take care, everyone.